Hi everyone, this is Diane Rao, Fire Tech Transfer Specialist with the Wildland Fire Management RDNA. I've developed a refresher video for you that covers some general WFDS information that's always helpful, and recent enhancements as well. The video lasts about 15 minutes. Let's get started. First, we'll cover some general overview WFDS information. WFDS is a decision support system intended to inform and support development of risk-informed decisions for managing incidents. It provides the formal decision of record for an incident. WFDS has two identical systems, one for active fires with a blue heading and one for training with an orange heading. They behave the same but are linked to two different databases. You can't mess anything up in training. Aside from the color difference, the login screens are identical with corresponding links to training or production. Each login screen also has contact information for the interagency help desk. More on the role of the help desk later. Let's talk about WFDS roles, what they are and who has them. Authors own and manage incidents and typically work from the incident perspective. Fire behavior specialists create model fire behavior products and typically work from the analysis perspective. Dispatchers manage fire reporting data and frequently work from both the intelligence and incident perspectives. Data managers manage a unit's spatial planning data and work from the Data Management tab. Geographic area editors are agency leads within a geographic area and have technical and policy expertise. They own all the incidents in their GA and are a great source of help. These individuals also manage fire behavior requests submitted by incident authors and help ensure you get the analysis help you need for your incidents. Viewer is the standard user role that is assigned when you create an account. This role enables users to assist with decision documentation and approval when assigned incident privileges to include editor, reviewer, or approver. WFDS user roles are not to be confused with incident privileges, although there is some relationship between the two. Roles are assigned to user profiles based on the role a user has within WFDS. Incident privileges, on the other hand, are assigned per incident by the incident owner. Approvers, for example, are assigned per incident. The WFDS homepage contains a variety of resources. The Hot Picks section contains the most popular items for easy access. Training Resources is a source of all things training and has resources specific to managing incidents as well as developing analysis products. Data is a source for information about data used in WFDS, as well as key agency contacts, update schedules, and downloads. Use the Google search feature to search the help database for keywords. The WFDS Known Issues document lists current issues and suggests workarounds when possible. Use help icons in the upper right to get page-relevant help. My Home tab contains information and settings for your account. Make sure that your contact information is correct and current. To check, navigate to the My Home tab and then click Contact Information. Your contact information should include phone numbers where you can be reached, especially during fire season. It should be kept current for two reasons. First, if you ever need to submit a WFDS issue via feedback, the WFDS support staff will use these phone numbers to contact you. If we can't reach you, we can't get your issue resolved. Second, if you have recently changed geographic areas and need a role assigned, your new GAE will not be able to locate your account because it's still affiliated with your old GA. So, our recommendation is to avoid using desk phones that go to voicemail and instead list one or more cell numbers where the chances of success are much higher. You can change your password here as well. Make a note to reset your password when you receive the email warning at 10 and 3 days prior to expiration. Passwords expire every 60 days, and if you fail to change it, you will get locked out of your account. When it's 10 p.m. and you're trying to log into your account to review or approve a decision, it can be really discouraging when you can't access it. Some changes for how passwords are managed are coming down the pike in a few months. If you see an email from WFDS about password management, please read it. There's also an option to select your cell phone carrier. If you do this, your cell will receive text messages alerting you of your decision statuses. It's a helpful feature and can be turned on or off easily. Select your cell phone carrier and then click the link for Generate Alternative Address from Cell Number and Carrier. An alternative email address will populate in the field. On this page, you may also update your email address, geographic area, agency, and unit. You only need one WFDS account in your career, as it's designed to follow you as you change jobs or move between agencies. Avoid creating duplicate accounts, and instead keep one account current and up to date. System Preferences is where you can control your viewable map layers and set your accessibility preferences. Map layers on the right are viewable from your map displays. Layers you don't want to see, you can move to the left and make unviewable. For example, layers specific to Alaska, for instance, can be moved to the left if your unit is in the lower 48. Regarding enhanced accessibility, the flyout menu came out in 2015 because users wanted more real estate on the screen. I believe it's the default for user accounts, which means the box is unchecked. In this example, the menu options are anchored on the left and the box is checked. If you like the flyout menu, leave Enhanced Accessibility unchecked. If you don't like the flyout menu and you want the menu options anchored on the left, as in this example, check the box. One more level of complexity, however. The flyout menu is not compatible with assistive technology, such as screen readers. It's also not compatible with mobile devices, such as smartphones and iPads. So, in a nutshell, if you use assistive technologies or will be using WFDS on mobile devices this summer, you must check the box to anchor the menu options on the left. Otherwise, the menu options won't be accessible at all. There are two ways to get help for WFDS-related matters. There is the WFDS Help Desk, otherwise known as the Interagency Help Desk, and there is WFDS Feedback, available from within the application. For account assistance, such as password resets, contact the Help Desk. Their number is located on the WFDS login and home pages. You'll get immediate help. If you report technical issues to them, those issues get routed back to the WFDS team, which could delay a response. For technical problems or suggestions for enhancements, submit feedback via the feedback link in the upper right-hand corner of each page in the application. The WFDS team sees these feedbacks in minutes, which is critical if you're trying to get a decision out the door and have run into a glitch. That wraps up our general WFDS overview. Let's move on to what's new in the application. WFDS had a few releases in the past year and a half, and I will capture those changes in the next series of slides. MAPs display 3 different ways now, depending on if they're pending, active, or deactivated. In the map on the left, I have 2 pending draft MAPs that display as dashed lines. I publish a decision including both of those MAPs, and now, in the map on the right, the active MAPs display with a solid line instead of dashed lines. For My Home System Preferences, you can subscribe to planning area notifications to be notified when a planning area drawn on a neighboring unit overlaps your unit. You can subscribe to as many units as you'd like. These notifications are intended to spur communication early on in the decision-making process and are triggered when a planning area is drawn and a pending decision is created for an incident in production. Incident group features have improved. On the Incident Group page, you can download the incident group information in Excel format by clicking the Excel link in the upper left of the table. When you're managing multiple small fires in the same planning area that have the same overarching strategic objectives and management requirements, you can put them in a group, select a master parent fire, and develop one decision for the master incident that covers all the incidents in the group. This option works great in remote or wilderness areas where you have multiple small fires in close proximity. When using this feature, we recommend adding an incident note to the child fires that tells which incident in the group is the master. While this appears to be a complex of incidents, it is not complex on the dispatch side and only lumped for WFDS decision-making purposes. All individual fires retain their independent status from a fire reporting standpoint. And last, if you have a group of incidents, each with its own decision, from the Incident Groups page, you can now quickly see the current decision status for each of the individual incidents. Clicking one of these links takes you directly to the decision for that incident. In the Incident Name Quick Search, you used to have to enter the incident name exactly how it reads. Now it incorporates a wildcard search, which makes it much easier to locate incidents. You just have to get the year right. In the past, fire behavior requests were oftentimes vague and requested modeled products that didn't necessarily answer the management questions that agency administrators were trying to ask. This change is an attempt to get folks to clarify what they want to know so that the analysts can choose the appropriate tool and modeled product. Data managers can now export and import planning processes both ways between training and production. Depending on what side they finalize their planning process on, you can export it from one system and import it into the other. When approving a decision, there is now an option to add a note to the approver when submitting a decision for approval. For instance, a unit publishes a quick initial decision, and the next day, a few MAPs are added. Submit it for approval again with a note to the approver that the decision is the same, but a few MAPs were added. This can facilitate getting it published quickly the second time around. Reject a decision is no longer an option. It's now called return for edits. It's a kinder and gentler approach to rejecting decisions. That might make you chuckle, but we've received a lot of feedback about that one. Incident owners and approvers now receive the decision reviewable email to alert them that a decision is ready for approval. Previously, just approvers received this email. When editing a decision, you can now upload images from any page in the default decision editor when editing. You used to have to back out of the editor and navigate back to the image upload menu option, which was clunky and inefficient. Now it's quick and much easier. You can now prioritize incident objectives by reordering them in the list. Incident objectives should be few in number, indicate a priority, capture the why, when, and where, and be SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and sometimes time-bound. List priorities at the top of the list to help establish priorities for the incident. Just the relative risk and organization assessment text used to populate into decisions, but now both the text and the graphics populate into decisions automatically. You can now easily find out who uploaded a fire perimeter. Expand the perimeter and the layer switcher to see perimeter specifics to include who uploaded it. You can now format text when developing inputs from tabs such as objectives, requirements, and course of action. And you can build tables. Unfortunately, these editing tools aren't yet available from within the default decision editor. Text fields now display a character count, so you always know the character limit when you're typing. It also helps when prepping content outside of WFDS, such as Microsoft Word, and pasting it in. Currently, WFDS accounts not accessed in 720 days become disabled. Come July, it will change to 270 days. If your account becomes disabled, you must call your geographic area editor for role reassignment and then call the help desk for a password reset. You can avoid this by just keeping your password up to date. Two things are no longer in WFDS. Predictive Services 7-Day Significant Fire Potential was removed, but the product is still available on the GAC websites. WFDS had this forecast loaded for each geographic area, but because each geographic area has their own protocols for developing the product, discrepancies showing up in the GA boundary related areas were causing confusion. If you need this product, go straight to the GAC website. WFDS Lite is no longer supported. If you don't know what that was, it's okay. You probably had no need for it. It was developed for use on mobile devices before the era of smartphones and large mobile screen displays. That wraps up the recent enhancements. If you have questions, you can review the WFDS help, contact your local geographic area editor, or read through the release notes available in the Hot Picks section of the homepage. And last, what do you do when you run into issues using WFDS this summer? First, try to replicate the problem to see if it was a one-time thing or if it's repeatable. Have someone else in your office try to replicate the problem. If you can replicate the problem and a coworker cannot, try refreshing your browser. You can try using a different browser. While WFDS was built for use with Internet Explorer initially, Chrome has surpassed it from a reliability standpoint. Safari and Firefox have not been tested much. You can check out the WFDS Known Issues document posted at the top of the WFDS homepage. If your issue is listed, there may be a workaround listed as well. And if the above options have failed you, submit a WFDS feedback. Don't be afraid to do this. If there is a problem, the WFDS team needs to know about it. The sooner the team knows about it, the better. That's what I've got for you. I hope you found it helpful. Thanks everyone for your time, and have a safe season.